right, welcome in, guys. Little video update. We are about, 20 days away, less than 20 days away from the draft. So, wanted a quick little update video. Both had the day off, so why not do a joint video? I wanted to do just a few things, couple basic changes that we talked about previously, but just wanted to reiterate them. Like I said, got Brock here. We got a little list of stuff to go over, so we can just jump right into it. First of all, I wanted to welcome Casey to the league. First year with us, you'll learn a lot of shit talking, but a lot of fun.
Your activity's been awesome. Thank you for all the real quick text backs. Faggot. No, you're like Nick Barnes all over again. You better start texting and start not being Jeff's bitch all year.
Yeah, Casey, we definitely, activity's a must in this league. It's a high profile league. A lot of people pay a lot of money, put a lot of time into it. So welcome fully to have your own team. Dalton, officially, I wanted to introduce you as your full-time owner. So taking over for Nico's team, technically.
Yeah, thank you, Dalton, for the White Sox tickets. That really worked out, benefited me, it benefited you too, you know. Right. Ask Aaron and Jared.
Also, co-owners, Jared is joining forces with Joe. So the Butt Buddy Express.
They are now a power couple.
Power couple for sure.
No more secrets about them two. It's real. It's out.
And Nico joining up with Jeff. He definitely went with one of the better sets of keepers to join forces with. So
smart.
Good strategic move there. Guys, league fees, like we talked about before, it's $160 is the base fee plus the $10 upfront transaction fee. So $170 is owed by next Saturday, August 26th. I've already gotten paid from 3 owners. Dalton, Aaron, myself have paid in full. Nico's paid his half
as well.
So we are good there. Keepers are going to be due, like I said, on August 26th as well. At any point during the day, we'll post them online.
11 days away.
So we're right there next Saturday. So just be ready to turn those in. You can turn them in earlier if you want. Post it on the league page. I've already done mine because it's no surprise to anybody. So you can get them in whenever you want. Also, just the new changes we wanted to go over again. Obviously, we have the change of the worst team from the previous year having to do something humiliating, which we have something in the works, which sounds pretty awesome. So
already talked to Eric. He knows what's going on. Everyone will have to be at that draft by 1 p.m. And I promise you, you'll want to be there by then. Do not be late. We're going to start at 1. If you're late, you'll miss it, whatever. But trust me, you'll want to be there. It'll be fun. And everybody will be partaking in the event. It'll be fun.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, that's perfect, especially if Eric's on board. That's awesome. Especially something we can potentially videotape and even get on ESPN. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 1 p.m. Central Time, that's 2 o'clock Eastern. We'll do it an hour before the draft takes place. New changes from the league, like I said, we are going to 3 wide receivers and dropping the kicker. So it just opens up another start spot, makes it a little more fun. Takes away some of the randomness. Still going to have 7 bench spots, so 16 total rounds. No changes in regards to roster size. Draft day, obviously you guys should know, September 2nd, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Central.
Yes, 2 o'clock Central, which most of us are on.
Yep.
Make sure we know that. I know a lot of people have been asking that. Let's just make sure that there's no discrepancy there. We understand what time we have to be there for that. I know Jeff and that group of 4 guys, or 5 guys, they're golfing, but they're golfing at 8 o'clock, so that should not be an issue at all. They'll probably be at the house by, I'd say, 12:30 at the latest. Rest of us, for the draft day, it sounds like we're going to be playing wiffle ball. I'm going to bring a basketball. I'm going to bring a volleyball. I mean, we'll just go to that park and have a good time. We'll play a bunch of sports and stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably bring a football too. We'll figure something out to do, something athletic. Hopefully, obviously not too hot, but I mean, we're all men, we can bear it.
Javi also has already said that guys can use the showers at his house. He has 2 or 3 of them, so.
Perfect. Also, Javi's house, 916 Woodhouse Drive in Mishawaka. Pretty quick, you can take 20 all the way to get there. If anybody wants to carpool, we'll work it out. Obviously, Javi doesn't need 12 different cars in his driveway. Also, I'd like to get a total on who's going to be there. Co-owners like Nick Barnes, make sure we're going to be there. You know, if he can be there, obviously we want him there. More the merrier. You guys know BYOB. I'm sure somebody will bring like a couple cases of beer, but anything special, bring it. And then food item, post it on the league page so we don't have duplicates.
So we don't have doubles and stuff like that. So, obviously, we always bring a shit ton of food. We almost always bring too much. But the one thing I noticed is at least a lot of guys have showed interest into going out later that night. So if we're drafting at 2, 3 o'clock, I'm sure the food will be 8, either before we go out or when we come back or whatever. However we work that out with Javi. But
yeah, other than that, if you guys, I believe the wives are trying to plan an event too, so they're more than welcome. I know Javi said they might do like some winery or some brewing, and then maybe I'll go out later that night. But we'll see how it kind of we play the night by ear. But last year, I know everybody was kind of in the boat of like, oh, we'll go out, and then we all kind of stayed around too long, and then everybody got tired. So this year, hopefully, we'll try, and especially Dalton's idea of entering the picks as we go, gonna get the team loaded right away, which would be awesome. Other than that, draft pick times, I think we're going to do 1.5 minutes for the first, 8 rounds.
8 rounds. And we'll do a break like we always do. On the 8th round, we'll do usually a 10-minute break. Piss, shit, get your drinks in, whatever.
And then after that, we'll probably do a minute for the last
Go to 60
8
seconds.
rounds. So, should work, make it pretty smooth, makes it pretty quick. Nobody really takes too long a time. We don't usually run into any problems with running over on times or anything like that. We always try to come up with a cool rule if there's a duplicate pick or somebody runs over, but nobody wants to do a shot, nobody wants to chug a beer, so we'll come up with something.
Pretty much got a bunch of pussies in this league, but we already know that.
Basically.
Mind you, you will be auto-picked if you do not turn in a pick in the minute 60 or the 60 seconds for the last 8 rounds. We will go off of last year's, we went off ESPN's, or just go off their standard. So what we'll do is we'll keep a sheet, someone, either me or Mark will print one off, and it'll be up there. So when you enter yours in the computer, you'll also mark that off that list. So if it gets to that point where it's not a pick up there, one of us will be on you, hey, you're picking out. If you don't say nothing, we're going to look at that list, and that's who you get.
Yep.
That's the auto pick.
That's the way it works. We're not going to help fill your team need. If
Nope.
you got 2 quarterbacks,
We're not going to delay it 5 seconds or whatever, because bullshit, whatever. When we start the timer on you, that's when it starts. So.
That's right. So be prepared. So I think Eric is going to kind of be forced to run that auto board where when you pick, he'll just click the name on the screen. It should be nice and easy. We just hook a laptop up to it, and then we can load it after the draft. Other than that, the only other changes is just the keeper rule for next year. We're going to allow, you can keep up to 3 players, and you can also keep just 1. So you can keep the standard 2. If your team's not great, you don't have any keepers, you can keep 1. If you have a loaded team, you can keep 3. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Remember, guys, draft pick trading is still a thing. Not trading players. I can't trade Rodgers for a pick, but I can trade my 2nd round pick and move some.
One thing to look into also in the future years with guys, like, it's going to be beneficial to you if I trade for Ezekiel Elliott's 1st round guy, Le'Veon Bell 1st round guy, and I have McCoy. If I have all 3 of them, I'm going to lose my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round pick, but I'm getting 3 1st round grade guys.
Right.
So I want everyone thinking about that you'll, like, if you're keeping 2 1st rounders and a 4th rounder, you're going to lose your 1st, 2nd, and your 4th round.
Right.
You'll have your 3rd.
Right.
So,
and the way that worked, as Aaron made up a good point, is how do we determine who is kept in the 1st round, the 2nd round, if they're drafted in the same round? It's whoever's drafted first in that round. So like last year, Aaron potentially could keep Zeke and AJ Green this year. Zeke was drafted 4th, I believe Green was 5th, so Zeke would be the 1st round keeper. So that's kind of how we'll determine it, just so he can't stack the deck and say, oh, Elliott's a 2nd round keeper now, and it gives a little more value. So other than that, guys, not much else going on. Just kind of waiting for this draft to get moving. Waiting for the league to get started. I know a lot of people have been doing mock drafts. I've been mocking like a couple times a week. So I'm excited. I know a lot of people, Brock's been mocking, Dalton, Nico, a lot of people. So it's going to get pretty serious. It's a couple weeks away. Really looking forward to it. So I don't know if you have anything else to add, but
no, I know my division after looking at and talking to other keepers, man. Our division, or I wouldn't say ours, my division's going to be very tough this year. So with the keepers and the owners and how they usually are, it's going to be tough. And then the other division, I got Mike Scott in it. So.
And that, you're in good shape.
You're in good shape there. You got to beat 3 other guys for a playoff.
There was definitely some news in the NFL that shook up draft boards and keepers. Obviously, the Zeke suspension news was huge. Sammy Watkins getting traded to the Rams, I think, dropped him down boards a little bit.
Jordan Matthews to the Bills.
I think that's an upgrade for him. There's just it's those aftershock effects that you don't think about. That maybe Tyrod Taylor is not as good as he could have been. So who knows?
Mitch Trubisky will likely be an All-Pro quarterback within the next year.
He's going to be the best quarterback in the NFC North by next year.
Probably.
You heard it here first.
He's a bad man.
Bad boy. Going bear down this year. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good week. I'll try to get one more video up pre-draft, just like a kind of a cheesy video, and then I'll do. I'm going to try to do a post-draft grade of each team, and Brock and I'll probably do it together. We'll kind of grade the teams and how we think they drafted, and see how that pans out at the end of the year. So should be fun, guys. I'm getting excited. Can't wait.
Yep. So,
All right.
all right, guys.
Have a good one.